Soha, you've given us some really great movies. Rang De Basanti. You've played a role which was very touching. You've done a lot of Bengali films also. What are you doing right now?
What am I sorry?
What are you doing right now? What are the
So
future
now
plans?
I'm doing a number of things. Of course, acting will continue, and there's a film that I'm hoping to do in the summer, which is a very interesting thriller. Thrillers are my favorite genres. I'm doing a short film starting day after tomorrow as well, which is also in an interesting space. I'm also producing a film. Kunal and I opened a production company called Renegade Films, so we're co-producing a film with Ronnie Screwwala's company on Ram Jethmalani, a biopic, which is also very challenging, very exciting. And I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
I'm writing a book called The Perils of Being Moderately Famous,
Yeah.
which is on my life, what little of it I've lived so far, which will hopefully be quirky and funny. And I have a deadline of June 30th, in which I have to write 40,000 words. So it should be taking up more of my time than it is.
Now I'm going to ask you about your niece and your nephew. So Sarah is going to start acting.
Yes.
If you have to give her, two tips.
I'm going to stop you there because now she has so many people giving her so many tips. She really doesn't need more tips from her aunt. She has, lots of experienced people. Her whole family is made out of actors. She has very experienced people managing her, representing her. She's already formed bonds with directors and producers. So she doesn't need any more advice. And she's also a very sensible and intelligent girl herself. She knows what she wants to do, the kinds of roles that she wants to do, the kind of work that she wants, the image that she wants to make for herself. So I really don't think that she needs any more advice.
About Taimur. It's a beautiful name, but whatever backlash happened. And Saif Ali Khan spoke about how he was considering to change the name, which then Kareena came up and she said not to do it. How do you cope up with all this backlash, all the
in
rumors
today's
and
day and world,
controversies?
I think that with the social media being as prevalent as it is a double-edged sword in that it's an advantage because you have direct access to people. The disadvantage is that you also are subjected to their opinions, which are all useful to know because this is how people think and they've thought like this for a while. But you can't take everyone's opinion to heart. And not all of those opinions are factual, not all of them are sensible, not all of them are coming from a good place. So when it comes to naming your child, it's of course a hugely personal decision. It's not really up for anyone else to debate about. And for me, it's about a name. It's not a personality that you're giving to your child, surely. Otherwise, we would think 100 million times before naming any of our children anything because all names will carry baggage. So for me, Taimur is a beautiful name. This is a beautiful boy. And really, the kind of vitriolic comments that came out, I think they just reflect badly on the people who are making those comments.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about the production house that you and Kunal Khemu have come up? What type of movies do you plan to make?
We want to make movies that we have, the kinds of movies that we've enjoyed. We also want to make, digital content as well because that's a new thing. And we have lots of ideas. Kunal himself is not only just a gifted actor, but he's also a writer. And he's written some very, very good scripts that are being made into films now. So we have a lot of ideas ourselves. And I think that I have good production skills and he has good creative skills and we make a good team. We'll see. Hopefully we won't kill each other in a professional capacity when we're working together, but so far so good. And our first project, as I said, is the Ram Jethmalani biopic, which is very exciting because he's had a very, full and exciting life. And he's a wonderful person and it's been an honor getting to know him and we can't wait to share his story with the audience.
As you just said that Kunal Khemu is also a writer and now you're also writing a book.
Yeah.
So how is it? Does he also give you some tips? Do you give him tips?
We read each other's works, but we're very different when it comes to, I'm very meticulous, I take a lot of time. He's written a script in under a month. That's also happened. I take a long time. I write a chapter in a month. But it's very important to get feedback. And yet we're both secure enough as people such that feedback doesn't shake us to our core. There have been chapters in my book that he doesn't like, but I still stand by. There have been things in his scripts that I haven't liked, but he stands by. But if it makes sense to him, then he'll change it. So I think that we give good advice to each other without getting too personal. And it's an important sounding board.